Hello again everyone, and today I'm going to be trying to remedy the last of the little advisories that we had on our recent MOT. So the MOT tester noted that there was a little bit too much travel on the handbrake lever. The handbrake does work, but it's really not absolutely spot on. It's no good for things like handbrake turns in Tesco's car park at 3 in the morning. So we really need to sort that out a little bit. Now, as always, I'll point out that I am not a trained or qualified mechanic. These are just vlogs for your entertainment as we try and keep our 1990 motorhome on the road. If you have any doubts about working on your own brakes, it's better to contact someone who is qualified to do so. Right, first thing is to shift everything around so I can work on the back end of the van. So there we go, I've got the back of the van up on ramps. It's also been left in reverse gear, so that should prevent it rolling forward. And I've also blocked the front wheels to stop it running forward as well, because obviously I'm going to be working on the handbrake, so I can't rely on the handbrake to hold it. So the first thing to do is just to pump the brake pedal a good few times, just to make sure that the self-adjusters have adjusted. Now, it is obviously better to check the self-adjusters, but I had the drums off not too long back and they all looked in good condition and working, so I'm pretty sure we've just got to adjust the cable. I'm going to take the handbrake off, all the way down, and then just raise it by 3 clicks. Now I have also run the sleeker up to the front of the van, and the sleeker is in gear with the handbrake firmly applied as well, because I am going to go underneath the van and have a look at that handbrake adjuster. So here we are under the van, and you can see that the handbrake cable's come up to meet this thing here, this whizzy thing here, and you've got this threaded rod, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a good old spray before I get much further with the plus gas. Yeah, so it's definitely absolutely vital that you make sure the van isn't going to move or roll forward when you're working underneath it like this, especially with the handbrake off as it is in this case. It's a 3-tonne van, so you definitely don't want it to do anything unexpected while you're rolling around underneath it. So you really have to satisfy yourself that what you've done is sufficient to prevent anything untoward happening. Right, now let's see if I can find the right size spanner for that. So that is 13 mil. So I'll slacken this lock nut off and then tighten this one up a bit until the brakes start to engage. Basically, until these cables start to feel a little tighter. Right, I reckon we'll try that. So tighten up this lock nut. worry too much about locking them together yet, because I don't know if we've finished. Now back in the cab, we should achieve locked brakes by the 5th click. Now we're already on 3, remember, so yeah, I reckon that was 6. So I think that's fine. What we need to do now really is to lock those 2 nuts together. I might give it a couple of extra turns, and then we'll take it for a bit of a road test. Now, of course, we're doing this back on 3 clicks, so yeah, they're now nicely locked together. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that handbrake nice and firmly, and then move the sleeker out of the way, run the truck down the ramps, and then we'll take her for a nice test drive. Just really want to make sure with this road test that the brakes aren't binding at all, or that well, basically the handbrake works. I've already tried pulling forward with the handbrake on, and there's you know, no way you're going to be able to do that without stalling the engine, so it's definitely working well in terms of being applied. Just need to make sure that it's not binding really. Well, that was a pretty decent road test, about 20 minutes or so out on the A road, 60 mile an hour, and wheels are nice and cool, so don't think the brakes are binding, and that goes for both sides. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Right, brilliant. I'm off in for a nice cup of tea. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Give the like button a press. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more.